What's going on, everyone? It's KIM and the SAV, Kim out of Savannah, Georgia of BetterBodyCrew.com. And I know that y'all are probably doing a double take at the title right now because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's going to talk about this. Well, let me tell you guys, I've never, ever been one to shy away from controversial topics, okay? And one thing I've always prided myself in my business with is I said when I did this that I was going to do it the right way. I said that I was not going to lie about stuff. I said that I was going to tell the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And that's what I've done for a very long time now. And I'm not let me get my water. Stay hydrated. Shout out to Little Black Book. But I'm not going to stop talking about the difficult subjects now. What's going on, Sister V? Hey, Candy. What's going on, Janelle? So I actually found out about this recent lawsuit with my company last night. And a number of people sent it to me. Kim, what are your thoughts? Kim, what are your thoughts? And I haven't responded, not because I'm scared to, but because first of all, I was doing my courses, my mentorships and things of that nature. Candy said, I knew you were going to speak. Absolutely. Can't keep this mouth shut. Watch somebody be like, take that video down. I'll be like, okay, my bad. But until that time, I'm going to speak. So, yeah, you can share those with your team, so they can hear my thoughts on it. Because we're going to get into it, and it's a necessary conversation. So first and foremost, there was a lawsuit against this tea that I found out about last night. Apparently some women say that they drank this tea and they lost their jobs because they did not pass the drug testing. That's just the long short of it. But there are some, and this was not done by like, a grand jury. This is done by an investigative reporter at your local news station in some city, some town. Okay. And so, that's what investigative journalists do. When somebody calls and says, I've been wrong, they're like, okay, well, give me the details. And then they go out into the field and they try to get information and they bring public awareness to it. It does not mean that the person is actually wrong or anything like that. It's just, we've all seen those reporters that, in our local town, we be like, look at Running Ralph. He's always running in the streets, running after people. Like, excuse me, Running Ralph from WSAV. You'd be like, okay, get him, Running Ralph. You know what I'm saying? So it was that type of report that came out. And they did say that these women will be taking like a case. Anyway, the first thing I want to say is my heart goes out to the women who lost their jobs. Period. Because it's never a good thing I've lost plenty of jobs. I don't fit in well with jobs and with bosses. Okay, that's just me. But it's not a good feeling to have to leave your place of employment and wonder, how am I going to provide for my family? That's the first thing I want to get out of the way. Just that my heart goes out to them. Now we're going to get into how I feel about what I heard, okay? So the first thing I noticed, and by the way, I do have a journalism degree. That was what I got an undergrad. I did journalism, okay, with a concentration in with a minor in Spanish. So I know about journalism, and what struck me was that the woman kept referring to the raspberry tea. I've always said raspberry. Now she kept saying raspberry lemonade, and here is why that is important. Because I noticed that with my customers, I have had to make a distinction between our raspberry and our lemon tea. Okay. So there have been people that have said that they wanted this when really they wanted that, or vice versa. Or they'll say, I want the raspberry lemonade. And I'll be like, well, hold on. Which one? And then I break it down for them, the difference between the two. And they're like, oh, I want the lemon then. And the reason why that's important is because this is different than this. Okay. This has, and I don't, people tend to get really, really into semantics. So I'm just going to say that these two are not the same. However, I see a lot of people acting like they are. Like, you can do lemon or you can do raspberry, and they use them interchangeably. So that's one thing that came to my mind from my journalism background. Like, I wonder if they were doing that, because I constantly have to break it down to my clients. These are not the same. Okay. So, and just so that you guys know, the controversy, because you can go and look it up for yourself. I don't have to hide anything. But the controversy is this right here is CBDT. This is CBDT too, but this was marketed as a CBDT with 0 THC. Well, the women who took this tea are saying, well, I came back showing positive for drug testing for having marijuana or whatever in my system. So then they took it to a lab, and the lab said, yeah, there's like very little THC in here, but if they take it enough, it could be detected in a drug test. So that's the other thing. Now, every single woman said they took it as directed. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. And I don't know these women, and I don't know the people who sold it to them. But just from my conversations with people in the field, do y'all have any clue? This is why I've stopped picking up the phone for some of y'all. Do y'all have any clue how many times somebody calls me, okay, after seeing my YouTube? Now, they go and buy the product from somebody else. And then because that person doesn't answer them, doesn't support them, they come to YouTube looking for support. Then they find me. And then they think that I'm going to support them for free when they gave their money to somebody else. And every now and then, depending on the person or the circumstance, I might oblige to a certain extent. But do y'all know how many times somebody will say, how many should I take? And I'll say 1, like the package says. And I tell, like for me, I take 1, maybe 2. Do you know how many times people argue me down? Like, well, this girl on Instagram said I could do 4, said I could do 8, said I could do 10. And I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. If that's what you want to do, why are you calling me? If you want to follow what somebody else said, who I'm assuming it didn't sound right to you, that's why you're calling me to verify. Now you're arguing with me about why did she say that? I don't know. You will have to go and ask her. So my point is this, and again, I am not knocking those women. I am not a TLC cheerleader. I'm just a person who has been asked my opinion, and I'm sharing my opinion. But do y'all know how many times people get me on the phone and they want me to tell them why somebody else said to take this crazy amount of our product when it's on the package and when I'm telling them what I think? I don't do arguing. I don't do debates. Okay? So if you have this idea that you can take this whole pack and put it in a gallon jug and drink all the packs together and really get a good detox out, then you do that. Knock yourself out. You're grown, you're rusty. Have at it. But why did you have to call me for that? So, not saying these women did that. I'm just saying it's been done. So, I do raise an eye when people tell me, I took it exactly as directed, because we all know that most people don't take stuff exactly as directed. We all know that. I don't take stuff exactly as directed. Half the time I gotta get the feeling a little icky wicky, and then I'll be like, did I take too much? Not of my products. I'm just talking about in general. I don't read directions. I ain't got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. But we need to make time for that though, because it does make a difference. And by the way, in this lawsuit that these women are going to bring forth, not a damn person said that anything bad happened to them. As a matter of fact, one woman had such a wonderful weight loss testimony that she actually joined the company and was having a good old funky time until the drug test came back. Okay? And I'm not saying this in any way, shape, or form, again, to be joking or lighthearted or anything like that. I just want y'all to think about things, because y'all love to hit the panic button. That's what y'all do. You want to know my thoughts? I'm recording my thoughts in a way so the next time somebody say, Kim, what you think about the... Glad you asked. I shot a video. Knock yourself out. And I'm going to go back to my mentorship. Doo-doo-doo. Dang, y'all got a lot to say tonight. Y'all, I did this in the nighttime because I wanted to be a little calm. Hold on. And again, I do not know these women. I do not know who sold the product to them. I empathize with them, because the bottom line is, at the end of the day, they lost their job. So I want to be very clear about that. I am not a customer basher. Okay? However, I'm also not a business owner who has the mantra that the customer is always right. Because some of y'all customers be dang wrong. If you don't know, look at my video about my customer from hell. And again, just because someone brings forth an allegation does not mean that allegation is 100% correct or they're 100% correct. Speaking of that, I had a customer who last year during the pandemic did not want to wait. Now it's a pandemic. We all know that during the pandemic, postal service was running a little slow, right? We were just happy they were still delivering. At least most people were, right? But this customer was like, I can't wait 2 weeks for my product, because that's what the company had. The company had a skeletal crew, so they couldn't ship out every day, okay? Like they normally do. It was a pandemic, I was shipping out every day though. I had my inventory on fleek. Why? Because I'm actually running a real business, and because I know products on hand equals cash on demand. I was stacked up. So I let this customer know, hey, listen, since you're a first-time customer, if you want a refund, you need to order through the company because they're the ones that provide the refunds. However, if time is of the essence and you want to buy from me, no problem. But I don't do refunds over here. I'm a one-woman show, ma'am. I'm not set up. I don't have the accounting system that TLC Corporate does. And my tax accountant has gotten on me with my frivolous ways. So I know once the products go out, oh, they ain't coming back in, friend. She said, no problem. Homie ordered 3 products from me. And on the 29th day, there's a 30-day refund policy from the company. On the 29th day, homegirl sent me back 1 product, told me she threw the other 2 in the trash, and demanded a full refund. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Because I know y'all ain't going to look up the video, so I just went ahead and told you what happened. Yes, she did. I looked at that thing in the mirror. I said, ha ha! We got a logo here. We got a logo here. Now, mind you, sister girl had been in communication with me for the whole month, had been sitting in my groups, and liking stuff, had been asking me. Never once did she ever express that anything was wrong with the products. She was dissatisfied. Nothing. So when I got that in the mail, that's why I said, ha ha! We got a logo here. Make it make sense in my Monique voice, right? This woman, after I told her I will refund her for 1 product, but not for 3, I'm going to get to the chase. She went to corporate and lodged a complaint against me like I was out here just a renegade TLC rep. Kim the misfit. Now, I am a misfit. But in this case, I was completely legit. Okay? I like that rhymed. Do you know this have almost got my back office shut down? Do you know I had to advocate for myself? Do you know I had to show every screenshot for all y'all people who don't get stuff in black and white? Do you know I had to show, and it's a good thing that unlike some, and I've had customers who have shown me correspondences with other TLC reps when they got cussed out. Everybody ain't on their personal development like they should be, right? Everybody ain't walking with the Lord like they should be, right? Okay, so I'm happy I'm not the type of chick, even though I come across like this in the video, I'm happy I'm not the type of chick that didn't give her the business in those emails, because when I had to turn them over to corporate, my soul was settled. My spirit set. I slept well that night. And it wasn't because of no CBDT. It was because I knew that I did right by that customer, and she just was, I don't know what she was on. But here's what I do know. Not all customers are right. All right? Dang, y'all blowing up my comments. I'm way behind. Y'all laughing at me. Huh. All right. So again, some of y'all don't be taking stuff according to the directions. So when I hear somebody say, I take it exactly to the correct, according to the directions, I'll be like, okay. Very rare, but okay. Because I don't live with you, so I don't know. I'm not the product police. Just saying. That's very rare. So when that lab says, yes, we detected that this did have a small amount of THC, and when taken over time, it could possibly come up in a drug test. I 100% believe that lab. I'm not here to say everybody's lying. TLC is the best. We never make mistakes. We're invaluable. We're the Lord's company. We're the chosen people. We're covered in the blood. We can. That's not how I roll. I look at both sides of things and I say, what's the highest probability of this being true and that being true? And just judging from what I know of 5 years of dealing with you wonderful folks, Some of y'all would go out here and instead of listening to somebody who's a regular schmegular girl like me who comes and brings you the fact, you rather buy from somebody who's doing the latest TikTok dance because that's your song. And you don't know what the hell is going on in their business. They don't know what's going on in the business. You don't know what's going on in the business. But the blind leading the blind. And then you want to call me and get advice. So I'm just saying. Maybe that could have happened. Dang it, I'm behind. I saw one bag of regular tea for the daytime, one bag for the nighttime. All right, now Michelle, sure enough, Sharon, Candace, laughing emojis, facts. Sister V, I missed you. Come on back home. I can't. You can. Girl, bye. Oh, I remember this. Ha ha. Child. Okay, listen. Michelle Antoinette. Girl, I'm old. I don't know truncated language. What is IKYFL? What is that, sis? All I know is LMAO and LOL and WYD. What you doing? Girl, you gotta break that down for me. I know y'all don't like to write words, but that's too many letters. If the letter forms a word, I need you to write all the words. I remember this. She was, I pray for her though. I pray for her. She taught me, Kim, always be professional. Always be professional with people. Yes, she did. It was a good, but guess what? Somebody could have looked at the fact that she lodged a complaint and said, oh, Kim's a bad rep. Oh, no, baby girl. No, baby doll. I had all of my receipts, literally and figuratively. Don't come for me unless I send for you. Okay? Courtesy of Kenya from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Tamala said, wow, I guess the investigators will have to check if those ladies had the sidewalk. And see, that's the other thing too. It really surprised me, Tamala. Thank you for bringing that up. Like when we came out with our CBD product line, and it really hurts in the sense that there are people who I know who take these products and they have testimonies I can't even share with y'all because it would be considered making medical claims. But these products really are changing some people's lives. And I know people who have said, oh, well, I stopped taking this. And then next thing I look, they taking some CBD gummies from the drugstore. Or from the gas station. And it's like all CBD is not created equal. So that's the other thing too. Like if they're saying, nope, I haven't taken nothing. That's kind of hard to establish. So whether or not they'll win the lawsuit or not, I don't know. That I'm not a judge. I don't know how they would prove their case. But oftentimes when a person starts down the CBD trail, they be like, CBDT, let me get some of these CBD gummies. Let me get some of these CBD, the CBD bread, the CBD milk, the CBD is being put in so many things nowadays. So a lot of times when people would start one CBD thing, they will do other things. And you're absolutely right, Tamala. The efficacy of it all is not on the same level. So it's really a tricky thing. And I found myself, again, I don't do arguing. All y'all grown. You want to do what you want to do. Knock yourself out, ma'am. But people will try to call and argue me down about the price. I could get a detox tea for this. Well, then why are you here, ma'am? Why did you call me? Just to let me know? In case I wanted to try it too? No, I'm good. But don't call me and argue about the pricing. If you like someone else's price, another product's price, another brand of product, knock yourself out. It's your money. I didn't call you. You called me. What are we doing here? Majority of people don't even read the directions. You said it. I didn't. Facts. They mess with the wrong lady of wisdom. Tell it, sis, girl, you the best there is with this company that I know of. Preach, sister. Well, thank you very much. But I say a lot of stuff that's not popular. Do I like to dance? Yes. But dancing will not educate y'all about these products, and it won't inform y'all. So as much as I like to, do a TikTok every day, hit that robot, hit the WAP, not the WAP like y'all know, the original WAP, do some Cabbage Patch. I can't do that. I only got so many. I can't be dancing. I got to be educating. And I just choose later on, maybe I can dance when I get a whole entourage, a whole slew of people following me. And maybe people will never follow me because I don't dance, pop and lock it, right? But until that happens, right? Until I have that type of time, I choose to run my business in a way that actually serves the masses to the best way I feel. And if you're one of the TikTok dancers, don't be mad at me. I'm just saying I want to be you. Okay, so I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying that's not going to work for me and my audience, the people that I serve. They want the information. And that's why, even though I'm not the most popular, even though I don't have the biggest team, even though I still got 2 big rings that say I do it and I'm doing it well. Okay? And I can sleep well at night. I've heard, and that's another point that I have on here. One lady said she bought from a family member or a friend or something like that. The other 2 people didn't say who they bought from. But you know what the investigative reporter kept saying? They saw these social media ads. They saw these social media ads. Whew. What was my point? When they kept saying they saw these social media ads, you know, again, it goes back to who are you buying from and what information are you receiving? And does that person, I have heard TLC reps give gross misinformation. Now, that's not exclusive to TLC. And before some of you sit on your high horse and say, that's why I knew y'all were pyramid schemers. Some of y'all sitting right now, y'all, you cashier number 2 and somebody is cashier number 3 and they done told the customer the wrong layaway policy. Okay, and you done going to the boss and be like, you need to pull up Sharika because she just told the person we don't have layaway, and you know we bought layaway back because we still in a pandemic and ain't nobody got money, and you know I ain't her boss, so I ain't gonna tell her, but you go tell. Some of y'all working right next to somebody right now who don't know what the hell is going on because they never open their emails early in the morning and they always leave work early. They don't know what's going on. So again, don't come for my fellow TLC reps. I said it. You don't have to elaborate on it. But I will tell you this. I done heard people tell people they can drink the tea while they're pregnant. I did a video on that specifically. That video has very few views. You know why? Because people don't care. If you're not on social media looking sexy like a sex kitten, like a sex pot around, right? Ain't nobody listening to you. People don't work. Well, my people do. My clients do. And I tell my team this all the time. I'd rather go, instead of going wide, I'd rather go deep. I'd rather have a few good customers with deep pockets than a whole bunch of one night stand customers who are just here for the show and buy from me 1 or 2 times, hit it and forget it, and go on to the next TLC rep. That's just how I roll. That's why I look this young. And that's why I don't have to live on social media. I'm not a social media slave. I plays Connect 4 with my son. What you doing with yours? But y'all, I'm not gonna fight with y'all about what these people say. Where you get them pins, Sister V, you missed the pin post. These are my Better Body pins. These are nice. They come in different colors too. Girl, they write so good too. They write so good. All right, they come with your order. Oh my gosh, so many comments. I don't want to cuss. I know you effing lying. Oh shoot. Dang it. All right, y'all. Okay, I cannot. I'm just going to have to go on back, right? I'm with you, Kim. It's important to know. If I didn't read your comment, put it back in there and I'll catch it again. Cause my son just called and I gotta rush through this now cause I gotta talk to my baby. Yes, pins the bomb. Tony Tone. Yes. She just ordered raspberry tea. Don't cancel your order now. Don't ask for no refund. You already know our policy, Tony Tone. No, I'm just playing. I have one. Yes, they do. I'm asking for real. Love that. Oh, pins.com. Okay. All right. So the other thing I wanted to say about this, y'all, though, is that, going back to just the original thing, we live in a very litigious society. So people sue for a lot of things, y'all. So I'm not saying that these women don't have a case. I'm saying I don't know how they would prove their case because there's a lot of things that are very subjective that I don't know how you would prove it beyond I don't know how you would prove it, okay? So just because somebody sues does not mean that the person that they are suing is automatically wrong. So I want you to keep that top of mind as well. Now, in keeping with the whole suing and, you know, are they wrong? And it's a fact that these women failed the drug test. But let me tell you this, all drug tests are not created equal either. Because I know people who take this and they say, girl, I passed my drug test. And I'm like, I didn't know you were taking a drug test. You do know, because I do my best to tell my customers, here's the information sheet. I have a video on drug testing. Again, not many views. Not many views. Because a lot of people don't care until they have to care. However, I do know for a fact that some of my clients are on all the CBD products. And they still out here passing drug tests. Why? Because it is not weed. CBD, THC, these things are derived from the plant. So now people, your weed tea, and whoa, I see the weed tea in trouble. Like, really? And I have whole truck drivers out here who are still driving trucks. So all drug tests are not created equal. And you guys know, if you've ever asked me, will I pass a drug test? I have always told you, I don't know the drug test. I haven't worked a job in years. And I'm going to tell y'all this. When I did work a job that required drug testing, and contrary to popular belief, I've never done drugs. Never even smoked weed, even though I have locks. For all you people who think I'm the weed connect, I'm not. Oh, in some ways I'm very stereotypical. In other ways, I am not. I'm an enigma. Okay? How can you sue if you don't read? I don't know exactly. Had that happen to me. This is true. All tests are not created equal. Right. So I don't know how some of these people are passing their drug tests, but some people are. And the only thing that I can come up with is that all drug tests are not created equal. I think probably if you're on an assembly line, you might not have the same drug test as someone who's a doctor. No shade to assembly line workers. But I'm just saying, I'm going to take the drug screen in a week after I take the tea and keep you posted. Girl, oh, you happy you lucky you put that law, because I'm going to be like, don't play with me. This ain't the day. Natural hair don't care. Girl, yes, people be in my city and they be like, hey, you know who sell weed? I'm like, what would make you think I know that? All offended. But people be legit be like, hey. And I'd be like, what? Like a dummy. You know, I can get some weed. I'm like, no, I'm a mother. I guess they like, that's why you should know. Lady, you a mess in a good way. I've heard that before. I've heard that. If people go to the Rip-Off Report, they would see nearly every company with some type of allegation against it. Come on now, Quincy L. Rutherford Sr. Can't always believe what you read. Every company, the company you working for right now, somewhere, somebody done spilled some water, slipped on it, and they got a lawsuit. Not saying that's what these ladies did. And somewhere, some person legitimately fell and got a lawsuit. Which one is which one? Do you know? Who's the person who has a legitimate case versus the person who doesn't? Do you know? No, you don't. It's extremely hard. So that's why I don't wake up in the morning and say, oh Lord, my TLC business. Speaking in tongues. I woke up this morning fine. I went through the day fine. Every time somebody was like, Kim, what you think about? I was fine. I just didn't respond because I said, let me respond in a way that's smart and that gives these people something. Let's give them something to think about, right? And I was going to leverage this video so the next time somebody asks me a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, Kim, what do you think about? I saw your company. I can say, click the link, go back to what I was doing. Okay. Whew. But yeah, I have seen, I will say this. The great thing about MLM, and I've said it all the time, anybody can join. The bad thing about MLM, anybody can join. Some people come here, they're here, before their application is even submitted, they done quit the business. Okay? And they'll say anything to sell a product. That is why you as a consumer, it's important for you. The onus is on you. You have the money. That means you got the power. You need to decide, who am I to buy from? The person over here, right? Let me not say that. This person or that person who's educating me. See? And you empower people to either give you the right information or the wrong information. It's just like in society. A lot of people complain about the negativity on the news, but that's what you tune into. Why are there so many people on this broadcast? Because of the title. Because of the title. I come on here, I share credit tips, I share business tips. I have fun with my son. Don't nobody be watching. Don't nobody. But if I hike them breasts up, or if I have on my sports bra and I show out with my waist snatch, and I'm like, ooh, y'all be all up on my lives all the time. Yes, you would. The titles, yes, man. Folks don't ask Dollar General employees all the lawsuits they have had. Everybody, right? I know I'm speaking the truth, Patricia. That's what I do. That's what I do. All right, let me refer to my paper here because we're gonna be closing up church shortly. Okay. All right, last thing. The last thing I do want to always, I think it's always important for a person to take personal responsibility. So last thing I do want to touch on is just that, I don't know these women personally. Again, my heart goes out to them because at the end of the day, they lost a job. However, I have told my customers this, and I will say it again to everybody who doesn't watch me because they somewhere else watching another TLC rep doing a TikTok dance. But if you could hear my voice, then you would know I have always said, if you in any way, shape, or form have any issues with your employer, even remotely having an issue with you taking any CBD product, don't take it. How about that? Don't take it. I don't know you. I don't know your company. I don't know HR. I haven't worked a job in years. I have nobody drug testing me. Nobody. My family wants to, but I want to allow them to, right? But no, nobody's drug testing me. I don't know about drug tests. I don't know about them things. But I tell you what, when I did work a job, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And this is on Mary Had a Little Lamb. I wouldn't even have a poppy seed muffin because I read somewhere that poppy seeds show up in the drug test. I'd be walking through that Publix bakery like, dang it, ooh, I want a poppy seed muffin. And I don't even know if it's true or not. I don't care if it's true or not. All I know is at that time I had a job and I saw somewhere that poppy seeds show up in drug tests, and I was off of poppy seeds forever. Until I became an entrepreneur, because I couldn't risk it. So here is my point. If you have any issues, and I have some of my clients, they're nurses, they're fine to take CBD. Some of my other clients, they're government workers, military people. They're like, I don't care. I don't care how little it is. I don't care what part of the alphabet it is. I can't take it. I can't take any form of the marijuana plant. Cool beans. That's not a problem for me. But that's a personal responsibility. That's a personal decision that you should make. If it's going to jeopardize your job and your livelihood, in my opinion, don't touch it. No matter what anybody says. And if you choose it, like I've even told some of my clients, I can't advise you on this. Here's what I encourage you to do, though. You can take this info sheet. You can take the bag, whatever the case may be. Take it down to HR ahead of time. Let them know, is it okay for me to take this? Don't take it, get it in your system. Something happen, be like, it's the tea. It's the tea. Because how does HR know that it's the tea? Right? So if you do it ahead of time and that's in your record and that's in your file and HR says, oh, lemonade CBDT? Sure. All you do is work on cashier, aisle number 3. Now it's in your file, right? But if you don't do that, now it's kind of hard to backpedal, right? To backstroke. It's the tea. I know poppy seeds can give a failed test, but I was just reading something which is a tonic water and a cocoa tea can give a failed test. Wow. Yeah, poppy seeds is true. Okay, see? Good thing I ain't having no muffins. Okay, kept my good. And that was just for $40K a year. But I was like, ain't nobody messing up my $40K. I have carrot brand muffins. All right, y'all. I'm done. Gonna go call my son. Was this helpful? Prickly Asian fruit can also show up. What? I don't even know what that is. Is that what it's labeled at Kroger? At Publix? Is that what at the Piggly Wiggly? Is it a sign that says prickly Asian fruit? Or does it have a name? Okay. Y'all are just a wealth of information. And last thing, will this hurt? If you are a TLC rep, because I have a lot of TLC reps that tune into me. They didn't join me, but they tune in. So will this hurt your TLC business? For some of you, maybe. I'll tell you this, it won't hurt my business. It won't hurt my business because I've never been afraid to grab the bull by the horns. I have nothing to hide. This lawsuit is one of many in the plethora of the lawsuit universe. Prickly pear is what it's called. And also I've established a reward with my client, a rapport with my clients where something like this, see, some of you hide behind static pictures, images of somebody else. You don't never want to get on camera and talk. Your clients don't know who you really are. So therefore, if they see something like this, they might just stop buying from you and you never hear from them again because they don't even respect or know you enough. They don't know you or respect you enough to come to you and say, hey, what is this about? And then have a dialogue with you. See, this is the power of doing videos. This is the power of showing up for your business all the time so that when the crisis hits, when the proverbial ish hits the fans, now it's not as detrimental to you as it is to someone else who's been hiding behind the curtain. Do you see what I mean? This is everything. You insulate your business. You protect your business. You provide insurance to your business, to your money when you show up all the time, y'all. Now, I don't have, this is not a damage control video. This is a regular video that I always do. Y'all know I always act like this, right? But this was just the topic of the day. So this got me out of my pajamas. And now I'm going to call my son, do my mentorships, do my courses, go back to packing up orders. I got to ship out some raspberry CBDT right now. Tone, I was supposed to ship it today, girl. I passed out. I'm so sorry. I'll throw you 2 pins in there, girl. Just let me know which one. But yeah, and it's business as usual for me. Hopefully it's business as usual for you. Hopefully I gave you some tea for thought. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. Stay hydrated. Shout out to Little Black Book. Now I'm going, y'all. Bye. Tell Eho you said hello. I will. It was good information. Oh, good night. Oh, thank you. It's a reliable video. Okay, thank you. Reliable. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Tony, text me I'll send you all 4 for the blunder. How about that? All right. Bye, y'all.